Hey guys, welcome to my new channel, Hella Hookin'. Today we're going to be learning how to do the granny stitch crochet shorts that everyone's been looking for in English version tutorial. So I am your girl. My name is Champagne. You can call me Champ. It's totally fine. We're going to go ahead and get started. I have all the tools and materials that you're going to need listed, all the stitches. I'm also working on a handwritten pattern as well, so stay tuned for that. All right, so all you're really going to need is a couple things. You're going to need some yarn. This is a Wait For yarn from Walmart, Mainstays brand. You're going to need a hook, your C hook, which is 2.75 millimeters. Yeah, pretty small. And then you're also going to need some measuring tape. I'm using the metric system right now. I'm going to be measuring in centimeters because it actually seems to be more accurate. Let's get the hook in. All right, this is the traditional thing here. First thing you want to do is you want to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can tell, I've been watching that Portuguese tutorial. So, because I practically learned the language. All right, so you have 5 stitches here. Now you want to go ahead and slip stitch into your, I don't know why I just did that. You want to slip stitch into the first stitch, into stitch number 1. Grab your yarn, pull through, and actually I lied, it's not even a slip stitch, it's going to be a single crochet. You can slip stitch if you'd like, but it doesn't really give you that much of an opening right here like it's supposed to. It doesn't give you too much of an open space. But yeah, I mean, I'll slip stitch at this point, but sometimes you can single crochet, but you know, in the pattern that I wrote down, I just slip stitched it. All right, so once you slip stitch, you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you chain your 5, you're going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets into that center hole. Okay, so that's 1, and if you want, you can tuck in your loose end. I don't think I'm going to do that until the end, but yeah. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double. Get your life in order. All right. Here's 2, 3. All right. So you did your 3. Now that you have your 3 double crochets into the same space, you want to chain 2. 1, 2. Go back into the same hole. Do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 2 again. Chain 1, 2. Do 3 more. 1, 2. All right, come on, you gonna get your act together? 2 and 3. Okay, chain 2 again. Go back in there one more time. Yee. R. Sun. I know. I'm sorry. I kicked it up a notch. I threw some Chinese in there. I'm like, I can count, you know, in Chinese, no problem. So, there we go. We all learned something new today. All right. So now that you had your chain 2, come on, focus. Come on, focus now. Focus, focus, focus now. All right, so after you did your set of the 3 crochets, 3 double crochets here, you want to chain 2 one last time, and then you want to do a single double crochet into the same circle. Okay, we're going to just do 1 double crochet. Okay. It's like you're being wonky. This is not fun. Alrighty. So now what you want to do is you want to count your spaces. You should have a total of 5 empty spaces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'll count them again. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, once you finish your the single double crochet right here, you want to go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn, and right here in this double crochet space, you want to go ahead and do 2 double crochets because your 3 chains right here count as a double crochet. Okay, so you want to do 1 and 2. All right. Oh, my setup is just so ratchet. I promise I will get much better if I plan on doing this again. But if this ain't the most ratchet, I literally, oh my God, it's hilarious. So if you hear a bag of chips crunching, yes, that's because that's what's holding up my little black background, all right? We family now, so I might as well just tell y'all the truth. Okay. You go into a different space, you're chaining 2. So this is going to be our midpoint. Okay, this is going to be the middle of the stitch. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did here and here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we jar chain 2. We're going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Sorry that my hook is squeaking. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You're going to chain 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. I'm sorry. But you're going to go chain 2. You're going to go into this next space and do your 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet again into the same space. So this is our number 3. Okay. Okay, sorry. So my phone died mid-edit. But so we did our 3 double crochets, we chained 2, and now we're gonna go back into the same stitch for 3 more double crochets. This is 1, 2, 3. I usually play The Sims while I'm crocheting, but you know, figured I'd take a break and give y'all something. So yeah, so we just did and I guess this would be considered a cluster, or not sure if it's a shell, cluster, what have you, but basically it's going to be a 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the same stitch. All right, and how I have it written in the pattern, because I feel like I'm going to drop the pattern too. I have it written as 3 double crochet, chain 2, same space, 3 double crochet, chain 2. So that should be very easy to read. So we did that. Now we're going to go ahead and chain 2 again. And remember, every time you go into a different space, you're chaining 2. So this is going to be our midpoint. Okay, this is going to be the middle of the stitch. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did here and here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we did our chain 2. We're going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Sorry that my hook is squeaking. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You're going to chain 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. I'm sorry. But you're going to go chain 2. You're going to go into this next space and do your 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet again into the same space. So this is our number 3. Okay, chain 2. Back into the same space, pardon me. All right, there we go. All right, so we have our 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2 again. Now, because we don't have we have a space here. So, yeah, so you did your 3 double crochet, chain 2, same space, 3 double crochet, chain 2. Now we're going to go ahead and do 3 double crochet into this last space here. I'm like reading my pattern and doing this at the same time. And like I said earlier in the video, it so helps. Like once you finish a row, you kind of read it out loud to yourself and write it down at the same time to produce a pattern. But okay, we have now our 3 double crochets here. So now you can look back at your sections. You should have 2 cluster blocks up here. So you should have 2 sets of 3 double crochets up here. And then you should have 3 sets of clusters. Here's 1 cluster, 2 clusters. Oh, my little annoying loose end. And 3 clusters. Okay, so remember again, you have 3 double crochet blocks. You have 1 cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. There's another one here, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Here's one more, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. All right, and there's a chain 2 in between each of these blocks. Okay. Now, once you got your last 3 double crochets completed, you want to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work. And then you want to go into your space here and do a 3 double crochet. This is where it really starts to get easy because at this point, you're really just repeating everything that you did. Anytime you have a 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet cluster, you do that same move again. Everywhere you have a single block, you do a single block of 3 double crochet. So I'm going to show you this one round and then I'll do it once more. And then we will go in and discuss color change. All right, here we go. So we did our 5 chain. Here's a chain 5 right here. Go into your first space. And yes, it will twist a little bit, but you're just going to have to get a little control over it. The longer you're in this pattern, the easier it'll start to get. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's my 3, cell block 3. No, I'm kidding. But that's my 3. Here on my chip bag. Okay. Here's my 3 here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. All right. Boom. Going into that cluster. You're going to go into the center of the cluster. All right. Center of the cluster with double crochets. 3 double crochet, chain 2. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, go back into it, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. I'm chaining 2 again. Remember, every okay, so now this is going to be your 3 double crochet block, okay? What you're going to do in this 3 double crochet block, you're going to chain 2, okay? And then you're going to go into 1, 2, like it's going to be the 3rd stitch from the top, okay? Because if you was to move it like that, this is where your chain 3 was. So you want to go right here in the middle of your chain 3 stitch. So like I would say it would be considered the 2nd chain, if you will. You could do the 2nd or the 1st, whichever you prefer, but I like going into the 2nd chain because I feel like it makes it a little bit more even. But you place 1 double crochet here. Okay. 1 double crochet, if I can get my life order. All right. So you put 1 double crochet in that last hook. So this is what your piece should be looking like right about now. Okay, a little fake way heart. All right. This is your centerpiece. Right now, we're going to go ahead and count the rows. This is how you count your rows. I usually count from the fans because it's much easier to see. So this will be 1 row. This is the 2nd row. And this is your 3rd row. All right. So we just completed row 3. Now we're going to work on row 4 by chaining 1, 2, 3. Turn the page. All right, so at row, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3. We got 1 more row to do before our color change, because as you can see here, I'll just turn it around. Okay, so as you can see here with our color change, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, remember this is your midpoint right here. So basically, instead of counting corner to corner, and I definitely misspoke, you're going to count from corner to center. So this is like the radius, basically. So you're going to go, again, from the corner of your inner, you got the first fan. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to do 1 more row and then switch colors. And I will meet you back when that row is done. All right, so the reason I have these 2 stitches here on this hook, this is going to be before I wrap for that final, that final double crochet seal off. This is how I do my color changes. I learned this from Miss Radyance. So basically, before you're getting ready to finish off that double crochet, you leave those last 2 stitches on the hook. Go ahead and attach your color or the color that you're changing to. And what I kind of like to do is cut my darker color shorter, or the primary color a little bit shorter. That way I can get some grip. And it's not that much of a pain in the tail to what am I trying to say to you? To fasten and basically tie in. Okay. So yeah, you pretty much just tie it like a knot. There you go. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, tie the knot there. There we go. And before I kind of finalize the knot itself, I try to draw it to the base of the needle as quick as as close as I can, and then I tighten it off. Okay. There we go. And now I have my two colors. This is my old color. This is my new color. And now I'm going to go ahead. These are tails, by the way. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my new color all together. If my phone focuses, this would be great. Okay. So I take my new color and then I finish off that double crochet. Now when I begin to do my chain of 5, because that's what I have to do now is chain 5, my chain 5 will be all of the new color. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, see how that works? It's all the new color. All right, turn your work. And again, okay, so you get my drift, guys. You got your open space here. You have your block, your fan, and you can see the fan is very repetitive all the way down. Everywhere you see a fan, there's a fan. Everywhere you see a block, it's a block. Okay, I'll meet you back when this row is completed, and I may be having a different color because I was starting on the second panel for my shorts. So, alrighty, here we go. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is once you are completed with this row and it goes all the way around, this stitch right here is going to be your single double crochet. Okay, we're just going to put that one double crochet in that middle stitch. Okay, you're going to chain your 3, turn your work, start off with your double crochet 2, chain 2. Okay, and I'll make sure I write that in the video somewhere before we move on. All right, so I am back here now. Keep in mind when you are making your rows, what I wanted to emphasize was that you would do two rows, excuse me, of the opposite color. So we have 4 rows here of the white. This is 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting from your fans, and then you have 2 rows of turquoise. 1, 2, and you have 2 rows of plum. 1, 2. So here all I'm doing is just reattaching to the back panel, and I'm going to chain 12 stitches and attach it to the front panel with the slip stitch, chain 1, and then tie it off. And that way I can begin the foundation for the crotch. Alrighty, so I took the liberty of going ahead and completing the first side. You can kind of see the difference in bulkiness. Of course, it's more full on this side here. So attaching the after reattaching the chain 12, I reattached this together, and then I moved on to the side. Now, I did this first so that way I can get a better feel of it, and then that way I could better explain it to you guys. And shit, I think I missed a stitch. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. All right, so this part is kind of crazy. Okay, I'm not too sure if you can really see it, but basically, okay, and then yeah, my project kind of big, so my book kind of big. Yeah, so like I said, this is a full side already completed. And so what's happening here, as you can see, there's like the granny stitch pattern that's going all the way down and across, or excuse me, that's going horizontal. Well, on the sides, you want the granny stitch to go vertically. Okay, you want the stitches to go vertically, and you can kind of see how it's zigzagging back and forth all the way down to the bottom of this here. And don't worry, I'm gonna tuck this, but yeah, to the bottom of the side piece. So basically what you want to do that part, but oh yeah, and then pretty much once you get down to the bottom, you'll finish up doing your double crochets down here in the bottom, and then you'll work within the single leg all the way to the crotch. Okay, that's pretty much how it is. You're just gonna do your granny stitches going back to back or back and forth zigzag all the way down to the bottom, and then when you get to the bottom, you're gonna go in one direction with your uh blocks and separating them by a chain 2. Okay, so I'm gonna do it on this side to kind of give you an example, and then I'll show you a few of the stitches, and I'm gonna just finish it. And when you get to the crotch, that's right. Okay, I should say that as well. So when you get to the crotch part, I mean, I don't know if my pom pom gonna sit in this. I'm gonna probably go one more round to make it a little bit thicker, but I do have to go work on this side, so I'm not even concerned about that. But what you'll do is, when you get to the crotch, right when you get to that median spot, when you finish your round, right when you get to your first median spot, go ahead and do your block. And then yeah, go ahead and do your block, and make sure, or excuse me, do your block on, oh hell, where'd it go? Okay, so do your block on this stitch here, and that's how this stitch is created. Then you're gonna skip 3, and on the 4th one you'll do your 3. Okay, and it's actually back here. I was a little too far over. So you'll do your block right, your last block before you get to your median. Do your last block, chain 2, and put your first block here. Skip 3, and a number 4, you're gonna do your block. Skip 3, on chain 4, do a block, and then skip these last ones and put a block right here, and then basically work the same pattern and then when you're working in the round, it'll come out. I chose to work back and forth, but you can work in the round if you want to. Alrighty, here we go. Alrighty, so I am back, and we are going to go ahead and start our granny stitches going vertically down the side. Okay, now I did my stitches completely opposite. You're supposed to actually end with a block and not a space, but that was just me, and of course I'm not really wrapped too tight, so so what you'll do is you'll start off with your first piece. I will go into the very corner, and this is literally my last strand of white, well, at least for this skein anyway. But yeah, there we go. I don't know why I'm reaching for that. Okay, yes, and my hands is going crazy right now. Okay. So I'm reattaching. Okay. So I'm reattaching. And excuse me. I'm going to do my 3. Okay. So I'm chaining 3. And grab your second piece. Okay. Now, before you go and attach over onto this side, what you want to do is start your triple crochet. And a triple crochet, at this point, instead of wrapping one time and going in, you're actually going to wrap twice. So it'll be 1, 2, okay? And attach right here in the tippy toppity corner. Pull through. Okay. Wrap over, pull through 2. Wrap over. Thank you. Okay. Wrap over, pull through 2. Wrap over, pull through the last 2. All right. So now you have a point. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come here. Well, now you have your reconnection, I should say. Okay. So you're going to come into this space and you're going to put 3 triple crochets. Okay. So again, wrap twice. Come here. Wrap over, pull through 2. And I hate the fact that my camera don't focus. Like, I just don't understand. This is a damn near $1,000 phone, and my camera ain't trying to focus. So, alrighty. So, turn over, pull through these. And I notice when I get those little straggly strands, I just go right ahead and continue on with the stitch. I don't even worry about trying to fish it and find the actual, piece that it belongs to. I don't even bother about that. All right. So again, 3 triple crochets in here. We just did the 1. I jacked that up. All right, so wrap once, wrap twice. Get up in there. Okay. All right, last one. All right, so those are your 3 triple crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so this is the second side. I told you I was gonna come back and show you pretty much. Again, you're bouncing back and forth, just back and forth with triple double crochets. Okay, there's no chain 2 in between any of them. You just go back and forth between your triple crochets. Now we're at this last loop here, or we're at the last space, and now we are at our fans. Okay, so once we get to the fan, so you're gonna go and wrap twice because we're still doing our triple crochets. You're gonna come here into the median. This is really weird trying to do this through the camera and making sure it's still in view. And you're still gonna put 3 in each of them, okay? Get in there. Again, that's why I hate using small hooks, because of stuff like that. Let's try it again. You're gonna go wrap, wrap, bring it in. Alright, so I sped this up because it is pretty repetitive. You don't have to worry about doing a chain 2. Just go back into the other side and do 3 triple crochets into each space. Pull through 2. Oh wait, pull through pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now, once you finished your 3 double crochets on both sides in your median, so you had your double crochet, your 3 double crochets here, 3 double crochets in that median, okay? And so now that we have the 3 double crochets in both of these spaces, what we're going to do now is go ahead and build a fan. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap and do another set of 3 regular double crochets. Alright, that's 3. I swear for M&Ms, I do not know how y'all do this in front of a camera and the stitches come out right. I just don't get it. Because I love y'all for it. Alright, so we went ahead and did the fan here. Okay, you got our fan. Brow. Wrap. Turn your work a little bit so you can get into the space here and build your second fan. Okay. 1. Oh, come on now. 2. 3. And y'all go pick you up some Walmart yarn, okay? Don't be sleeping on this mainstays. This mainstays is life. All right. So now that we have this regular crochet or regular triple crochet, it look a little thick over here. It look weird right there, so I'm gonna just flip it around. Okay. So there you go. Now it looks a little bit more decent. All right, so you had your back and forths. Now you had your double crochet fans here. Okay, fan. Now you want to just continue on with your regular 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, all the way around until you get back to the poem pocket. All right, and I will be back when we get there. Alrighty, so this is what your, I guess I'll call it the poem pocket because I called it that earlier. This is what your poem pocket should look like when you come back to the other side. So this was the centerpiece right here. This was the center seam where we went and did the first leg on this side. And now this is, again, is the center seam, or I should say that foundation chain, which is right here in the middle. And when we went around the rounds for this side on the leg, we went and created the rest of the poem pocket. Now, when you get back to the end, this is the most important part. And it's actually not even really that important. It's all about preference of how you reattach and tie off. But what I did was I just basically, when I got to the end, I just did a slip stitch into the top of the last like double crochet that's there. I did a slip stitch into that, chain 1, tied it off. Okay, and that's pretty much how this is all accomplished when it comes to tying things off. But this is the final product. This is what it looks like all together, and I'll definitely show you pictures of it on. Honestly, the way that it sits, It doesn't really need a border. I'm still debating if I need a border. I may be convinced to do a border. I don't know. But it doesn't really, the way I have it, or the way it's measured, and the way it's shaped and formed, it doesn't even really need a border. And she sits just fine in this. So, this is enough surface area right here. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I will definitely respond. You can always send me a message, slide in my DMs if you need to. If you have any questions, if I missed something, or if you missed something and you want me to go over it and have a little bit more clarity, let me know. I am totally available. But yes, so this is going to be the first video on my new channel, Hella Hookin'. Of course, it's on YouTube, so you can definitely check it out. Grab the tutorial there. Also, shout out to Raioma Vergasta. That is whose video I followed to get this pattern and translate it for you all in English. So thank you so much. Girl, that ass look like a grapefruit, ruby red bone, no Pulp Fiction.